Summer. Hey, shut down. Good to see you. Our class, a reminder. I always remind you every time I practice, pretty much, that please honor your body. If I do a pose or I offer a pose up, it doesn't work for your body, you can choose something different. Okay. Let's come into a comfortable seat. And lengthen the spine up and draw the shoulder blades back. So you're just bringing awareness around how you're sitting. It's not rigid, just aware. Start to connect to your deep ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Lengthen your breath out a little bit. And in fact, let's do that together with some breath retention. If you're pregnant, you're breathing normally, but if you want to play with this, you inhale for 5, hold for 10, and exhale for 5. We'll do 3 rounds and I'll count for you. Exhale with the breath out, start. And then inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let the breath go for 5, 4, 3, 2. At the bottom of the exhale, just notice that there is a space between the exhale and the inhale. And rather than rushing into the inhale, good. Now inhale up for 5. Good. Hold the breath here for 10. Some of you know how to apply the bandhas. Bandhas mean lock, tilting the chin down to create a throat lock. You also pull up on the pelvic floor to create a root lock, also known as mula bandha. Good. Release that bandha, those bandhas. Exhale, let the breath go for 5. At the bottom of the exhale, pause or practice Uddiyana Bandha. Sharp exhale out, suction the diaphragm back toward the rib cage. Good. Release that. Inhale for 5. One more time. Holding for 10. And then exhaling out for 5. Again, Uddiyana Bandha if you like. And release the bandha. And then hands on heart. Just take some really deep filling breaths. And there's a lot of intentions around cultivating the breath. One of them is to recognize that most of us are breathing fairly shallow throughout the day. And our yoga practice is an opportunity to explore a really deep, expansive breath. So do that now. There's a quote by Pema that I think about quite a bit. I want to share with right now. Pema Chodron says, "We think that the point is to pass the test or overcome the problem. But the truth is that things don't really get solved. They come together and they fall apart. They come together again and fall apart again. It's just like that. The healing comes from letting there be room for all this to happen. Room for grief, for relief, and for misery and for joy." And bring the hands in prayer. So our practice, an opportunity to play with that today, right? We do a pose and maybe it feels good today, maybe tomorrow it doesn't feel so good, maybe Even during the practice, we notice the second side. Oh, it doesn't really work this side. There's like, and we think it's a test. It's not a test. It's all part of the practice. Setting our intention today with one Om. Exhale all the breath out. Inhaling. And release the hands and open the eyes. And coming on to all fours for tabletop position. Give you about 10 breaths to make your way into downward dog. One of the things I like about that quote about Pema is this understanding, at least for what I've perceived from my own perspective, is that the journey never ends. We're on this path, and we may think we've kind of overcome our kind of parental relationship and the struggles we have with it. Then we spend a weekend alone with them, and all of our old shit gets triggered. We get to step up into it again. We may think we have cultivated patience. And then, you have a 2.5-year-old that goes into tantrums. And you're just like, oh, okay, here's some opportunity to work with impatience. That's interesting. It always on and on and on. But in a good way. About 5 more breaths. You can be shifted in a good way. I know that there might be a part of you that's like, fuck, really, dude? It goes on and on and on. Yeah. How great is that? All right, about 2 more breaths here. You're in downward dog. Bend your knees and wag your tail. Move around a little bit. All right, here we are, downward dog. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Fingers are spread wide. Feet are about hip width apart. Good. Reach out through the heels. Inhale, reaching left foot up toward the sky. Good. And bend the knee and open up the hip here. Moving knee or foot around circles as it feels good for you. Help keep you present. Play with it. And inhale, reaching left foot up toward the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, reaching straight out the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, placing left foot through. And have the feet about hip width apart and walk the right foot back a couple of inches. Just pause here for a moment. Simple quad stretch. For some of you, it's like right there. For the others of you, you might need to lift up to the back of the right knee or reach out to the right heel. Or draw the shoulder blades back and pull the chest forward. At the same time, lift up to the back of the knee, right? There's lots of ways we can do this practice. As long as you're working at becoming more and more present, you're not in pain, you're in the right place. Right, shift the weight over to the right hand, reach your left hand up. Kind of feel like that's true with life. Truly living, at least. A deep inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down, bring the right knee down. Reaching the hands up into low lunge, and then reach the hands back for a little chest opener here. Sink in. Big full breath. Inhale, reaching the hands up. And hands come down, half splits. Ardha Manasana. Forward fold over left leg. I do think that quote where she says, the truth is, we think the point is to pass the test to overcome the problem. I think there is some joy that I get in overcoming a problem, but the suffering occurs when I'm kind of holding on to there not being any more problems. Bend the left knee, shift the weight forward, step the left foot back to the back of the mat, plank pose. And the knees come down, chest comes down, coming into Sphinx pose. Pull the chest forward to lengthen out lower back. Couple breaths here. Feet are about hip width apart, tailbone tucked. Should feel a pretty sweet stretch of lower back and belly. Inhale. Good. Exhale, lowering. Come on back into downward dog. Inhale, reaching the right foot up. Bend knee and open up the hip. Keep reaching out through left heel as well. And inhale, reaching right foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, back up, foot up to the sky. Good. Exhale, knee to nose. Placing right foot through, runner's lunge first. Some of you might need to walk the right foot farther forward, right knee over the right heel, lift up to the back of the left knee. Deep, full breaths. And then shift the weight over to your left hand, reach the right hand up. Tamara, I'm not sure if your wrist is bugging you, but if it is, you always place a block underneath your forearm or a couple blocks, just so you know if you want to take the weight off the wrist. You can also do a low lunge twist if you want. All right hand comes down. Bring the left knee down. Coming into low lunge. Sink in. Left quad stretch, and then chest opener. Bring the hands behind the back and release the fingers. You know, we can also create suffering for ourselves when we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know, when we're always expecting the next challenge to come our way, and it's kind of puts us in worry or dread. Yeah. One more breath here. And inhale, reaching the hands up. Good. Hands come down. Half splits. All right, bending the right knee. Stepping the right foot back. Plank. Yeah, knees come down, chest comes down. Low cobra. We'll spend a few moments here in low cobra. So similar to Sphinx, you're walking the hands forward, but the elbows are off the ground. Pull the chest forward. This low cobra, for when I finally explored it, way back when was a game changer for me because it provided space in upper back and chest. That was easier than upward dog or cobra pose. Deep inhale, a little bit harder, and then Sphinx, right? Exhale, lowering. Come on back into extended child's pose. Just pause there for a moment. Reminder, right? If you get overwhelmed or out of breath during the practice, do something different. The extended child's pose is a good option for you to do something different. All right, roll yourself up and let's come on to our back. Let's do some core work. Woohoo! Haven't said that in a while for core work. Good. Reach the hands above the head. Reach legs out. Inhale. Good. Exhaling. Oh. Bring the knees in the chest. Good. Just give yourself a hug here. Move the knees around in circles if that feels good. Okay, hands behind the back of the head, release the fingers, slide the knees over the hips, feet and knees about hip width apart. Inhale, lifting shoulder blades off the mat, elbows reach up. Hold the breath, press lower back in the ground for the core engaged. Just a little bit of a shift, right? Exhale, elbows to the left thigh, reach out to the right leg. Right foot's about 3 to 4 feet off the floor. Inhale, back to center, knees over hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground, curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through left leg, shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground, curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out to the right leg, shoulder blade off the mat. Inhale to center. Knees over hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground, curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg, shoulder blade off the mat. Inhale, back to center, knees over hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground, curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Pull the belly down at the bottom. Exhale, lift the shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground, curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Pull the belly down. Inhale, back to center. 3 more rounds. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground, curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Good. Left foot is just below your left knee and left knee stacked over left hip. Good. Inhale, back to center. Knees over hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Shoulder blade off the mat. Pull the belly down. Good. Inhale, back to center. 2 more rounds. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Shoulder blade off the mat. Curl tailbone up a second time. Good. Inhale, back to center. Knees over hips, feet just below the knees. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through left leg. Curl tailbone up again. Feel the core engage. Yes, stay in feeling. Inhale, back to center. Knees over hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the left thigh. Shoulder blade off the mat. Curl tailbone up. Press lower back in the ground. Lift the shoulder blade off the mat a little bit more. Yes, good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows to the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Shoulder blade off the mat. Curl tailbone up. Both elbows reaching toward the right thigh to get both shoulder blades off the mat a little bit more. Good. Inhale, back to center, and then bring the feet down. Nice work. Yay. All right, come into a deep stretch. Reach hands above the head. Inhale. Good. Exhaling. Oh. Bring the knees and the chest. And start rocking and rolling backward and forward. And if you like, do your own rock and roll vinyasa or just Roll yourself up and find your way into downward dog. All right, come back onto your knees. Set yourself up for Dolphin. Elbows come underneath the shoulders, reach over, grab onto biceps, triceps. Hands come out in front of you. Middle finger pointing straight ahead. If you need more support, interlace the fingers or place a block in between your hands. Inhale, lift up to the upper back. Exhale, turn the toes under. Come on back into Dolphin. Weight shifting out through the heels. For most of us, this is a pretty challenging pose. And it gets a little bit easier if we keep doing it, but still challenging, right? So we're working with this problem. Doesn't really get solved. There's other problems to work with. Walk your feet to touching. Inhale, reaching left foot up. That was a reference to the quote, by the way, in case you're wondering. All right, left foot comes back down. Inhale, lift up the right foot. If you need to come down for a moment because you're feeling overwhelmed or on a breath, do that and then come back into it. Just make it be intentional. That's part of the practice as well, right? Right foot comes back down. Come on back into extended child's pose just for a moment. If you want to move right back into downward dog, you can. That's where we're going in a moment. All right, downward dog. Pedal legs out here. All right, walk your feet toward the hands to come into ragdoll pose. And reach over, grab onto opposite elbows, flip back and forth here for a moment. All right, then releasing the hands down. And bend your knees. And roll yourself up to standing position. And bring your hands in prayer. You know, this comes back to the first teaching that the Buddha ever taught, which is that the life involves suffering is pretty much what it comes down to, and there's no way around it. But we can't stop the waves, but we might learn how to surf, is what Pema's teaching, right? All right, classical sons, moving mindfully. Inhale, reaching the hands up, big breath. Good, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the left foot back, left knee comes down. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good, exhale, hands come down, stepping the right foot back, plank. Good, knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into Sphinx or low cobra, inhale, lifting. Good, exhale, lowering, come on back into downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good, exhale, hands come down, stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching hands up. If you like, you can bend the elbows, cactus arms. Good, exhale and bring the hands in prayer. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the right foot back. Right knee comes down. Inhale, reaching up. Good, exhale, hands come down. Step left foot back, plank pose again. Knees come down, chest comes down. Low cobra or sphinx. Inhale, lifting, one breath. Exhale, lowering, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward, bring the left knee down. Inhale, reaching up. Good, exhale, hands come down, stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching hands up. Again, you can bend the elbows here, cactus arms. Good, exhale, bring the hands in prayer. All right, let's keep building off of that. Inhale, reaching, classical suns with high lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the left foot back. High lunge. You can bring the knee down if you need to. Reach up, sink in. Good, exhale, hands come down, stepping the right foot back. Knees come down, chest comes down. Cobra variation. I'm doing regular cobra here. That choice if you want to. Good, exhale, lowering. Come on back into downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward. High lunge, reach out to the right heel. Good, exhale, hands come down, stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Elbows bent, cactus arms or not, your choice. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Again, inhale, reaching. Good, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the right foot back. And come on up, reach up, sink in. Good, exhale, hands come down. Your choice of vinyasa. Cobra variations or upward dog. Exhale, lowering. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward. Good, high lunge, reach out through left heel. Good, exhale, hands come down, stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Elbows bent. Good, exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Okay, moving into a B series sun salutation. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Good, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump, step, float back. Vinyasa, upward dog or cobra. Again, your choice. Good, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward, right heel down, warrior one. Sinking in. Good, exhale, hands come down, stepping the left foot back. Vinyasa. Good, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward, left heel down, warrior one. Good, exhale, hands come down, stepping the right foot back. Again, vinyasa. Good, then downward dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands, deep inhale. Exhale, jump or step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Good, straighten the legs. Come all the way up, elbows bent, cactus arms. Good, hands in prayer, front of the heart. Just pause here for a moment. Pema has another quote. She says, "Nothing ever goes away until it teaches us what we need to know." All right, inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Screw you, Pema. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back, vinyasa. Yeah, then downward dog. Inhale, reaching left foot up. Good. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. Inhale, reaching up. Good. Exhale, knee to nose, placing left foot through, right heel down. Good. Reaching the hands up, and then come into Let's Dodger pose. Left forearm on lower back, right hand on the back of the head. For those of you that want to see what that looks like, I'm doing it up here. It's a little confusing if you've never done it before. It's a really sweet pose, and it's a really sweet pose to open up the chest and the heart. Let the head relax into the right hand. If you want more stretch your left shoulder, consider walking the left hand out over to the right hip a little bit more. All right, inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, twisting warrior or twisting high lunge, your choice. Right elbow, left thigh. Bottom hand of fist, top hand clasp over. And again, that's too much. Turn the back toes under. All right, hands come down. Bring the right knee down, low lunge. Variation, hands onto your left thigh. Bend the right knee, reach back, grab onto ankle foot, pull the foot in, sink in. You want more, left hand up onto the back of the head for not just a quad stretch, but beginning to open up the chest a little bit more. One of the ways that we can learn how to surf is by using our breath as a tool to help calm our nervous system when we get triggered or we're stressed out or we're angry or anxious, right? It's a really great tool to use. So, or maybe we find ourselves going down the warpath with our partner. Taking a deep breath can help quite a bit. Releasing the back foot down. Hands come down. Stepping the left foot back. Vinyasa. Yeah, then downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. And exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. Inhale, reaching back up, straight out your right leg. And exhale, knee to nose. Right foot comes forward, left heel down. Warrior one into Lance Dodger. Right forearm, lower back, left, right hand, left hip. Left hand on the back of the head. Yeah, I think that's a great thing to reflect on. Like, is the what I'm putting out into the world causing suffering for myself or for the people in my path, on in my community, my loved ones, my family, friends. These are good things to reflect on, right? It's true of their practice, right? Inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, left elbow, right thigh. If how I'm practicing is causing suffering, you do something different. That's the same thing we do in our life. My hope is, at least that's what we're getting out of this practice. Releasing the hands down. Left knee down, low lunge. Hands on the right thigh. Sink in, bend the left knee. If you want, reach back, grab onto ankle foot here. And then the right hand reaches up. Right hand on the back of the head. Releasing the back foot, hands reach up. And then hands come down, stepping the right foot back. And vinyasa. Downward dog. Inhale, reaching the left foot up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward, knee to nose, foot toward buttock at the same time. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing left foot through. Right heel down, warrior one again. You might need, if you have tight shoulders, you might need your strap here. You bring your warrior one into arch your arms. Left hand lower back, right hand upper back. You can cultivate a little bit of a back bend here if you want as well, if that feels good. How's your breath? All right, inhale, reaching the hands up. And then hands come down. I'm in a pyramid pose this time. Opening up our hamstring a little bit here. Walk your right foot forward, about a foot forward. Square off the hips. Inhale, lengthening over left leg. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, bend the left knee. Walk your right foot back, coming into twisting lizard. Walk your left foot out to the edge of the mat, right hand to the edge of the mat, right side of the mat, pardon me. Right knee bends, reach back, grab onto ankle foot, pull the foot in toward the buttock. Some of you might be looking for more sensation. If you are, bring your right forearm back onto the ground or to the block. Pardon me, not back, but just back to onto the ground. All right, then releasing there. Stepping left foot back. Your vinyasa. Downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. And exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. Again, pause, knee to nose, foot toward buttock. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Placing right foot through, left heel down. Warrior one. Again, maybe grab the strap. Arch your arms. Right hand lower back, left hand upper back. Inhale, hands reach up. And hands come down. Pyramid pose. Left foot steps forward. Square off the hips. Inhale, lengthening over the right leg. And exhale, forward fold over the right leg. Blocks if you need them, or hands on shin if you don't have blocks. Toes lifted. Feel the inner lying leg turn on. Push to the ball, the big toe, right? And then bend the right knee. Walk the left foot back. Coming into that twisting lizard, right foot to the edge of the mat, left hand to the left side of the mat. Reach back, grab onto ankle foot. Rotate the right shoulder back and chest up toward the sky. Okay, releasing the back foot. Step right foot back. Your vinyasa. And then downward dog. Walk your feet toward the hands. And then come up to standing. Standing back bend first. I'm bringing a dancer in a moment. Let's do standing back bend. If you'd rather do camel, you can do that instead. It's pretty much the same thing that we're doing, but with the knees on the ground. Feet about hip width apart. Hands on lower back with the thumbs almost touching each other, the sacrum. If that's confusing for you, you can always look up the screen. You'll see what I'm doing here. Good. If your wrist hurt, you can also place fist in the lower back. Inhale, tuck tailbone, lengthen up. And then exhale, come on back into your standing back bend. Letting the neck relax if that feels all right. If not, look up slightly toward the ceiling. Right, inhale, come on, back up. And slide the hands onto the heart. Pause here, just feel. All right. Coming into dancer pose, shift the weight over to the left foot. Bring the right foot in the buttock, reach back with the right hand. I prefer grab onto inner foot. Some of you might prefer outer foot. Begin to reach the foot up and back and slide your torso forward, reach your left hand up. How's the breath here? One more breath. And releasing there. And shake your legs out here for a moment. And coming on to your second side, shift the weight over to the right foot. Foot comes into the buttock, reach back with left hand. And coming up into your dancer. Foot reaches back, right hand lifts up. One more breath. And then release and shake the legs out there. All right, come forward, knees bent, feet hip width apart into a forward fold. Your knees bent quite a bit. And slide the hands onto the back of the head. Interlace the fingers. Bring the pinky fingers to the base of the skull and the forearms along the jawline. And then hands release down. Find your way all the way onto your back. Nice work. Let's unwind on our back. Pigeon on the back. Left foot on the ground. Near the buttock, right ankle, left thigh. Let me show you the basic variation. Is leave the foot on the ground, place the right hand on right thigh, just below the knee, and press the thigh away from you. You should feel a traction through your lower back and side body. You can do that, or if you want a little more, right arm comes through, left hand comes around, grabs onto the shin or the back of the thigh, and pull the thigh toward the chest. Okay, now listen carefully. Keep your right foot on your left thigh, but release the shin back of the thigh. So left foot comes down the ground near the left buttock. Take your left hand, grab onto your right ankle. Left hand grabs on the right ankle. Lift your hips up. Move them over to the right about an inch or two. Let your legs release toward the left. So the sole of the right foot comes to the ground. Right knee facing up toward the ceiling. Left knee thigh pressing on the right foot. Right hand comes to the back of the head. We'll go over the right shoulder. That's confusing, by the way. I think most of you have done this pose before with me, but if you're lost, you're just like, what the hell? Just do a lying down spinal twist. But I will tell you, this is a really sweet variation of lying down spinal twist. So if you haven't gotten it yet, I encourage you to explore it and find out what we're doing. Okay, come on back up to center. Release the leg off. Left ankle, right thigh. Keep the right foot on the ground near the buttock. Left hand on left thigh pressing. Again, staying here if you want more. Left arm comes through the legs. Right hand comes around the right thigh to the shin back of the thigh and pull the thigh toward the chest. All right, right foot comes back on the ground, left ankle on right thigh. Take the right hand this time, grab onto left ankle foot. That's the foot that's on the right thigh. Lift your hips over to the left about an inch or two and let your legs release to the right. Figure four, lying down spinal twist. That left hand comes onto the back of the head. Generally speaking, if you want more stretch, press the right thigh into left foot and reach your left knee up toward the ceiling. All right, inhale, come on back up to center. And move your way into happy baby here. And then final resting pose, Shavasana. Nice work. Hmm. And start to bring conscious breath into the body. Moving your fingers, your toes, the hands, the feet, the ankles, and the wrist. Reach the hands above the head. Deep stretch. Inhale. And exhaling. Knees in the chest. Roll over onto the right side. Push yourself up into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed just for a moment longer. And hands in prayer. So this truth, right? We pass the test, another test comes up. We overcome the problem, another problem comes up. It's just the way it is. And sharing this beautiful quote by Karen Maezen Miller to finish up our practice. What do you call the kind of world where your job vanishes, your marriage dissolves, your baby grows up, cancer spreads, hearts stop, your parents die, buildings collapse, your pension tanks, your hip gives out, the milk goes bad, and a new car loses 20% of its value just by being driven off the lot? You call it the way. Hands in prayer. It may sound kind of depressing, but I guess I find some joy in the fact that this is the way. We can do it. Bowing forward with love and with gratitude. May our practice provide us healing, and may we reflect that healing out into the world to help create more peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing the practice, and thanks for being on the path with me as we move through the way. It's happening.